Hi, I'm Avram, and in today's video, I'm going to explain why a watch makes for a terrible investment, but is a great thing to buy nonetheless. Let's get right into it. So a lot of people make this mistake. When they buy a Rolex or a Tudor or an Omega or anything else, they say, I'm going to invest in this watch. This is an investment. And they couldn't be more wrong. But it's a very understandable mistake. What they are doing is they are misattributing these mass-produced watches to the collectible asset class, right? And in order to be a true collectible, there is an important prerequisite, which is scarcity, rarity. That watch must be truly rare. And except in very few cases, such as a pièce unique or something that has a very limited production, like 1 of 1,000, those watches are not rare. Rolex makes over 1 million watches a year. If you truly want to own a Rolex, you can go buy one. You don't even have to wait for your AD to treat you one. You can go buy one online right now. And even in cases like the newly released 2025 Land Dweller, you'll eventually get your hands on that watch, right? It's not truly rare. Additionally, a certain amount of upkeep is necessary to keep that watch in tip-top. If you're actually wearing that watch, you can expect to service it at least once every 10 years. And those servicings are expensive, and that comes right out of your bottom line. Very similar is the case of a house, right? A house is not an appreciating asset in the typical sense of the word. So it gains some value over time, right? Along with inflation, keeps pace with inflation. But you have to pay property taxes every year. You've got to invest money every year in its upkeep. And when you sell that house, you're not going to be able to suddenly buy a house with twice the value, right? You'll be able to buy a comparable house. If you sell your watch, you're not going to be able to buy some radically better watch. You'll be able to buy a comparable watch. What a watch is, what a house is an excellent store of value, if indeed it's a nice watch, right? This is why organized crime will launder money, i.e. conceal the source of money by channeling it through an intermediary by buying in bulk luxury watches, not for nothing. It's an excellent store of value. What you can do is you can buy a watch and years later, if you're tired of it or you're ready for something new or you simply want an upgrade, sell that watch, trade it in, do whatever you want and pay money on top of it to move a rung up the ladder of your watch journey. That's completely fine. You can also just keep that watch, cherish that watch and grow your collection organically over time, right? So my advice would be not to kid yourself when you're buying a watch. You're not making an investment. You're buying something lovely that you're going to have on your wrist. Yes, it is kind of in the intersection of art, collectible, etc. But chances are, if you're buying a watch from a major brand, it's not a limited distribution. It's not a pièce unique that you commissioned. It's not a collectible, and it's not an investment. Thanks, and see you next time.